Welcome to another Smash or Trash, something that has been called through all social websites from Joe Monster to Moto Killer and even Vykop, but most importantly by my viewers and subscribers. Michu, make a test of a water car installation. A dumb name, isn't it? You can have a water kettle if you will, right? This is about water, steam in various forms, whatever. Anyway, since 2005, the date of YouTube's brief, there was a film done by Mr. Gulag. You will find a link to the full version below. An older gentleman, I think in a Mercedes 190, with a 2.5-liter, 5-cylinder engine without turbo, funnels hot steam heated by the exhaust manifold into the engine. Okay, it took me long to finally test it, but in the meantime my namesake appeared with a surname or nickname Popek, that is Michał Aleksander Popek, who used what seems a simple solution and funnels water mist. Because it's not steam, it's mist, simple as that, okay? What made me laugh the most in these films? Take a look. The greatest advantage of the system is saving. I save up to 65%. The water boost provides additional 13 to 15% of power. 60%? More power? Now that's interesting. How did Mr. Popek approach it? There is a nice power increase, from what I noticed around twofold. Decrease in fuel consumption. If we drive economically, I went down from 12 liters of LPG to 7.8. Again, power boost and a 60% decrease in consumption? Seriously? Any believers? Okay, let's get to testing them. Of course, I'm not skeptical to such inventions, by no means. I want to check them out. What irritates me in both productions? First of all, the results taken out of the blue. Gentlemen, if we invent, patent and demonstrate something, let's test it out at an engine test stand. If there's more power, it will generate more horsepower, right? First we will try with the warm steam installation funneled to the engine after the air filter. Our protagonist? That's right, Mercedes W125 with a 2-liter diesel engine generating around 60 horsepower. What needs to be said? It's basically the same engine as the 2.5-liter variant, just missing one cylinder. So I think the car selection is quite accurate. So how does this installation work? You can see it on the film. I will explain it in short. A 10 cm radius copper pipe bent into a coil around the exhaust manifold plus a thermal wrap to prevent heat loss. What you can't see on the film, we also wrapped it around the whole length of the rubber tube to get rid of any heat loss. Because so what if the steam goes out if it cools down on the way and what finally gets there is just water? We all got to work excitedly. It took us a few days for many reasons, such as bending copper pipes. Why did we give up on this project? See for yourself. Sure, we didn't drag it from the seat inside of the car. Here we have a container with a professional tap. Sorry, we didn't have a different one. There is intake and a full flow anyway. Just to show you that there is flow, maybe I will pour some water first. Here's the other end. Watch out if it spills. Before installing it behind the air filter, we thought it would be nice to check if it works at all and produces steam. And you know what happens? Whatever we did, the exhaust manifold just wouldn't heat up to more than 140 degrees Celsius. The idle beer average was 80-90 degrees, as you will see on the test stand, so there is no chance to make steam. Of course, you can make vacuum to lower boiling temperature, but there is a risk to that. What guarantees do I have that this pressure will not suck water inside the engine? Instead of taking the risk, I decided to funnel the steam in a different way. Check this out. I don't want to risk damaging the engine with water. I have no clue how strong the vacuum is going to be, and I wouldn't like to flood a borrowed car. The idea is simple, funnel the steam behind the air filter, so with a bit of friendly help from our motoskiller, we did this. We made this device which we'll use at the engine test stand in the same way as we would when driving, heated, sealed off and small, so we are done with the installation itself. It's ready for the engine test stand. Let's get to the second installation. Mr. Alexander Popek funnels water mist to a 2-liter petrol engine in Mercedes W124. Unfortunately, I don't have too many of these cars, but guess who has one? The cameraman, of course. So the construction of this engine is similar. There we will funnel cold mist thanks to a simple installation. Cold mist, don't confuse it with steam. Nothing groundbreaking here. Even during World War II, injecting water was used in the Messerschmitts. They are common in motorsports, they do many strange things at BMW too, but it all costs money. So how is the cold mist installation made? Before we start building it, we finally have our 5-membrane ultrasound mist generator. Big thanks to the stored display now. So we've got our floater, we've got our something. Let's see how it works. Let's plug it in. Full disco mode. So what? We close and secure it, recreate what we saw on the film, and we go to the engine test stand. So according to the film, first we should put the device inside. Then we seal it off, create one pipe to funnel the cold mist into the engine. The second pipe, the one with the funnel, will generate pressure needed to push the steam further. Let's see if it works. I wouldn't do it anywhere else than at tune-up. Hi. How is it going? What the hell did you bring here? You see, a water mist installation. We don't want water to get in the engine, so we'll funnel steam from the outside. But first, let's test this thing. A 2-liter diesel engine, about 60 horsepower. We'll see how many there are left. There are two options. Let's measure the power now, then after funneling hot steam, and later we'll bring the petrol car and funnel cold mist. What do you think about steam installations? I would say I'm optimistic. Some basics of physics and thermodynamics, it should work. But is it going to? But you see, the manifold didn't even want to heat it. It's naturally aspirated, hardly any fumes there. But we'll funnel it and we'll see. Otherwise we'll inject some. Alright, we'll see. Let's go! Hold on and don't grab my knee. These lines, man, they're completely even. A healthy engine. If you didn't believe me after all this reading, the exhaust manifold heated to... Come and see. Crazy 84 degrees. Okay, 111 here. And what? 61 horsepower, 120 Newton meters. The air filter had been taken down before, as you saw. Time to funnel some steam. Hot steam, as in the first installation. We will see the power it yields. I'm very curious about the results. We have our professional device set up, so bring it on. Let's produce some steam first. And Doesn't work. You know what patent requirement wasn't mentioned in the film? The liquid must contain 3 to 12% of alcohol. What do you say? It won't harm us for sure, and the car should do fine too. It may harm us later on. Pour it in. A little one, enough? Yeah. Damn! There it comes! Way to go! Let's sum up result number 3, the most promising one. If anything, I think it was a small measurement error. With as much as 60 horsepower, it's enough to press the clutch a little differently and the station will calculate it differently. Bottom line, I would say it doesn't work. So, hot steam in the diesel engine? Trash. No, doesn't work. There is no boost. And this thing? This is the second installation invented by my namesake called Popek, which funnels it in more simple way. Popek? The one with the... No, not that one. That would be surprising. Providing cold steam, if you can call it that. We call it mist. I don't want to set up the device inside, so I will do it from the outside again. We'll funnel it locally behind the filter and we will see. What was it again? 130 horsepower? 130. We will see what it yields. I will show you how it works in a minute. So, water's in, the float is ready. The pipe goes to... Do you believe it will work? Maybe it will. This goes before the filter. Our friend puts this out of the window to blow all this mist inside. Just a second. It's close-fitted. Wait, so... This stays out of the window, so we will place it next to a fan. But wait, the fellow drives with a bucket, pulls this trumpet out from the window. Well, it's done more professionally. The faster he drives, the more mist there is. But we have to say the device produces a lot of steam. It has a diode too. We have to blow into the funnel. I don't want to get my lips dirty, but let's see. I will blow into the pipe. Whoa! The faster it goes. It's like a dynamic turbo. Okay, let's take it apart and connect to the outlet before the fan. What is the state of this Mercedes? Not good, huh? It lost some. Over 10 horsepower short, but at least we have a reference. Alright, what needs to be said? Test it 4 times. Why? In the first test, the car was cold, 117 horsepower. When it heated up, a little over 114. After we funneled the mist in, let's say we had 1 horsepower, a few Newton meters more. So theoretically, we could try to develop this installation, but probably not the way we did it. Well, it's just for testing. For the science. This is copied from the project that was promising up to 15% power boost. Well then, no. But some percentage surely. These are the basics of physics. We provide additional... We also cool the engine down here. Exactly. The difference was also that there it was funneled directly onto the airbox. But we did essentially the same thing here, right? more or less. But the mist was collected from too big a surface. To make it perfect, we would need an air supply and funnel it directly so that even the fan wouldn't blow it away. Let's just say it does not harm and could potentially give some boost. The potential is here. Thanks a lot. I moved to the studio. See ya. Let's evaluate these two installations. First installation. My personal opinion is that even if we funnel warm steam into the engine, then what? As you could see at the test station, this car even lost horsepower with this wet installation. Is the only reason why this should work the fact that steam is made of oxygen and hydrogen? Like what? It breaks down in the combustion chamber and the hydrogen goes boom to make more oxygen? So the morons from Toyota work on all those fuel cells completely unnecessarily? Of course, I'm not saying no, but funneling warm steam to an engine that's already warm? Plus what I said at the test station. What probably makes most sense is what we found in the patent specifications, that this water we are talking about here is water containing 3 to 12% alcohol. This is why it yielded 1 horsepower more. But if it contains alcohol, it's not water, right? I think it doesn't work. Maybe I did something wrong. I'm not saying no, but I did try to replace it step by step. But the problem is that the exhaust manifold in a Mercedes reached 140 degrees Celsius maximum. So this installation could only work if I drove 110 to 120 on the highway all the time. Then it would have a chance to produce steam and be sucked into the suction manifold. So for me it's no hit. Second installation. Respect. I can say it yielded 1 additional horsepower. There is nice power increase, from what I noticed around 2 folds. Around 2 folds. Around 2 folds. It could maybe yield 2 horsepower more, some Newton meters. It's thermodynamics. We provided mist, cold, unlike steam which is some 100 degrees, into a petrol engine, which gets really hot, hotter than in a diesel engine. So we effectively decreased temperature a little. I see one big problem here, and I think many people will agree. What does the funnel behind the window mean? The faster the car goes, the more mist gets into the engine. I will put it a little differently. I can go 80 km an hour in a second gear, right? I can go 80 in fifth too. In both cases, the same amount of mist will be provided. But how many RPMs will I reach in second? How much air is needed in either case? Sorry for this mockery, but the biggest joke is this scene. Engine running smoothly. Yeah, it runs much quieter now. But why, Michu? Why? The mist produced in this bucket here needs air from the outside to be pushed further. There is no vacuum in the manifold to suck it in by itself, and the outdoor confirms it. So how the hell can he tell the journalist that the car runs more smoothly? Come on! One error of this whole installation we can point out is that I got this from one of the viewers, who said he'd got it from the person who invented this thing. How do we supply this to a turbo engine? Did anyone even think about it? So what? We funnel it through the turbocharger air intake and what? The turbocharger will compress it, push it through the intercooler. And what do we get in the engine? Water? That's right, we won't get shit. It just won't work. What about funneling it behind the turbocharger? There's pressure there. The charge pressure, 0.7 up to 1 bar. If we drill a hole there, it will get out. Otherwise, we would need to make an injection system, but that's advanced technology that costs a few thousands. About controlling this installation, I would gladly develop it further, but up to what costs? If we go as far as what they do in BMW or other companies, spending thousands zloty on it, that's not cost-effective anymore. I can tell you, I want to give it a chance, but it's all about the budget. Honestly, this episode was possible thanks to you guys, because the viewers pitched in on Facebook. We spent over 1,000 zloty. We spent over 1,000, plus fuel, everything paid double because we had 2 installations, though the first one is trash. At least we can sell the copper. And the second one? Well, it happens. I didn't drive these cars, but after taking them to the test station, what would be the goal of that? Both installations were supposed to yield up to 15% more horsepower or 60% savings. Where do these numbers come from? The one with the cold mist could give us some boost and doesn't cost a lot. We could analyze losses at current consumption and so on, but I don't think so. But hot steam? For me, absolutely not. Especially not in a diesel engine. Maybe if I did it in a petrol engine. Newcomers, I hope you all like this episode, so leave thumbs up. Let this film circulate in the web so that there's nothing like selling the patents and so on. Of course, let's take it all easy. We don't want haters hating or any shitstorm that I destroyed someone's dreams that it must work because it worked once. No point believing in fairy tales. We are not saying it doesn't work, but just no shitstorm, easy. Subscribe somewhere around here. Visit our Facebook, Instagram, support group where we help you out when something is clacking and knocking. Thanks for all reports. Stay vigilant. Next time maybe we'll do some super anode cathode electric method for body shell maintenance. I like it a lot too. See you in the next Smash or Trash. See ya!